What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Today's video is going to be all about shavers. Now, when it comes to shavers, shavers can be one of the best tools for you, and it can be one of the worst tools for you. And the reason why I say that is because shavers add a lot of definition and help your haircuts to come out to look a certain amount of clean. You know, when you're shaving people, you know, you're not always going to be able to use your trimmers to get as close as you may need to get in order to get a real clean shave. Now, you can always go with the razor, which I would say is probably my #1 choice as far as efficiency and what it can do. But we all know what happens with razors at times. They cause bumps. Same thing happens with the shaver. So as good as a tool that the shaver can be in completeness and making your haircut whole, if you're not able to find the right shaver for yourself and your clients, you're going to cause a lot of irritation, and that's what we don't want. So today I'm going to be discussing 3 different shavers that I like, some more than others, of course, and there are some shavers that I haven't used. But today we'll be talking about those shavers. I got a Norelco, and I also have a Bronze Series 8, and I also have a pair of Andis shavers. So I'm gonna talk about the pros and cons on each one and which one's my favorite, and kind of put them in order and kind of let you know why I use the shavers that I use and how I use them, because once again, this can be a very dangerous tool or very helpful and useful tool. So finding the right shaver is very, very important. Let's get into it. All right, and we're back. So what we have here is the Bronze Series 8. I do not have the Bronze Series 9. I only have the 8, so I'll only be speaking on what I know from this. But I don't think there's much of a difference, so I would kind of put them in the same situation. I could be wrong, but I doubt it. Next, we have the Norelco right here, Series 300. Do not sleep on those. And we have the Andis All Common. I think this one is not LI, but this is the one that you hear about all the time. Sound check. All right, so now let's talk about #1, 2, and 3. You won't believe it. And what's crazy is the price points is ridiculous. Like, this is #1. This one right here is #1. And the reason why it's #1 is because you can't feel this. About as quiet as it sounds, it's about how much you feel. When you're actually shaving with this, you can't really feel it. And so therefore it does the least amount of damage when it comes down to irritation. And I think that's a huge and important part of everything when it comes down to shaving. You know, you don't want to cause irritation, and that's the biggest thing. All right, so that's that, and I'll explain more of why of that as we go. So, second place, Brown Series 8. So why is it second place? There's some things it does better than this one. There are some things that it does better. I think that it might possibly get closer, but problem with that is it gets closer, it's more abrasive. Like, you feel that shave, and so I tend to find myself bumping up more as I can feel the shave. So I try to stay away from ones that I really feel. And I noticed that I haven't had a lot of bump ups on this, honestly, but there has been more irritation with this than I have with this. And I've had these longer, okay? Now, these right here, I've had them for a while, but I haven't had them for years yet. But they're not getting dull, far as I can tell. And they have their own. What also makes these really dope is this station right here, because this station can actually wash the thing out for you and everything. That is what kind of makes that the elite. I think the price point is really based on this charging dock, which is pretty good. But at the same time, for me, the results are what's king for me. So once again, the only issue I have with these is these get dull after a while. They still work. They still get the hair and they don't pull or anything like that, but they take longer. And that's where I would say these come in somewhere around a $40, $50 price point. And you may have to buy these more often, but they're smoother and they work really well. I have not tried the Babyliss one out that they have out. I've seen the gold one and many other colors. They may be a great tool, but I'm just speaking for what I have. And so far, these Norelcos are #1. And then, like I say, these will be #2, but I will say that these are great. These are great. It's just that the price point is so high, you would expect it to outperform this as far as irritation and things like that. These do a wonderful job. And these you can even use on kids. You cannot feel them. That's what makes those so amazing. So I suggest you try those out. And of course, these come in 3rd place. But why do they still come in? They come in 3rd place, first of all, because they cause irritation sometimes, a lot of times. So they just do. I don't know why. I don't think it's the foil or anything. My foil's clean. I clean them out. They could be getting dull after so many years of use, but they never performed at any point better than these. And, you know, that's just what it is. But what these can do is you can glide across people's hair and get those scraggly legs with those. Boom. You know, and that's what I use this primarily for, is just to go over people's hair. When you do that move where you actually put it over the waves, it doesn't really cut the waves out and it just smooths the hair down. So it's like a nice way to do outside of using your scissors, and it really brings the hair down just a smidgen and makes it look very smooth and nice and neat. So it has its purpose too. So just because I got them in order, you know, 1, 2, 3 to me, doesn't mean that you may use these in a different way because of the shop that you run and the type of clients you have. And also, you know, just in general, you know, there are purposes for each one of these tools. So I am a clipper head. I like a lot of different clippers. I like a lot of different trimmers just to try them out. I do firmly believe that, you know, once you find your ones, you need to stick with that, because you got to learn your tools. And if you got a bunch of tools, it's hard to learn them all. So, you know, you want to spend significant time with each tool just to get to know it and get to know the ups and downs of it. Like I was saying, this could change because right now I think the bronze haven't even broken in all the way. They're about 3 months old. They get a lot of use, you know, typical barbershop use, but I just feel like they're not all the way broken in yet, because they're starting to work better as time goes on. So who knows? They may jump out in front, but right now, because of the smoothness and the comfort, these win. These win. And I suggest you try these out for the price, and you will not be disappointed. These will not, once again, these will not cut down the hair that these will. These will cut the hair down sometimes without even using a trimmer. I don't suggest it, it'll pull the hair and stuff, but that's how strong these are. But these cut smoother, and I always use my trimmer. So I use a trimmer to get it to a certain level, and I just use this to smooth it out. Beautiful combination. It works for me in my workflow. Now you may feel, oh, I need the hair to come off because I use a 3-ounce to bald, and these won't, whatever your choice is. But, and even in that scenario, I still think they would do just fine in that. But it's when you get to cutting off hair that's over a 1, as far as a detachable blade, 1 length more, it's not, that's gonna try, and this one is not even gonna give effort. So anyways, winner, kind of a loser, but still need them. And in between, have a beautiful day. Peace.